I have just done a word search in my comments, and the word I searched for was music, and I found that the word music came up 12 times. Yes, a dozen times. At least as of right now. It could be that, in a few hours there'll be another person talking about music. Now, I used to put music in my videos quite regularly, and I sort of got away from it. I guess maybe I was getting lazy, and maybe it's because I just didn't have my repertoire of music just wasn't all that great. And I can download music for free from YouTube, and it's royalty-free music. And yesterday, that's what I did. I downloaded 20 new songs. And it's kind of hard to find a song that isn't royalty, that is royalty free, because the really good ones, you got to pay for them, and I'm not about to do that. Several years ago, I made a video of a little park. It wasn't a large park, but it was very picturesque. And I had my camera running, I'm guessing, I can't remember exactly now, but it seems to me that video ran for about 20 minutes or so, and the only sound I had in it was just the ambient sound that I had recorded in that park, which was mainly like a waterfall or a fountain. It generally had something to do with water. And it made a nice sort of background ambient sound. A friend of mine who saw that video, he says, you'd really have something if you were to add music to it. And ever after that, whenever I'd shoot a scene in a park or something like that, I'd put music to it. And then, like I mentioned, I slowly got away from it. Now about this royalty-free music that I'm getting. There are literally, I guess, thousands of pieces of royalty-free music that a person can use. And a lot of it is for lack of a better description, it's lousy. It's sort of, you think to yourself, my goodness, how much dope was this guy on when he wrote this piece? And in others, it's sort of a case of they just do the same chords over and over and over again, and that'll run for 2-3 minutes, and that's their song. Well, yeah, that's you can see why it never became popular. I got these 20 songs, and I went through about 100 to find these 20. All the others, I just didn't like them. Maybe other people would have. Tastes differ, and my taste in music might be entirely different to yours. Anyway, I'm going to just go through these 20 songs that I've got, and I'm just going to add them in order of how they pop up. And I guarantee it, you in all likelihood will have never heard it before. But anyway, I'll just try and work them in. Another thing, I have to work them in a place like when I'm painting or something like that. One of the viewers called it painting music. Yeah, I guess we'll refer to it as painting music from now on. Well, I may as well do this in order of how it is on step 45 here. We are on step 45. There it is. And I think the next thing they want me to do now is to put this door on. I've kind of learned the hard way. If I don't sort of do things in order of how they come on each step, I end up forgetting something. Anyway. Now you can see my problem here is that if I get this side here to fit into what I believe is the place it's supposed to go, I can't get this to wedge down. It's just about a fraction of a millimeter. At least I'm assuming that's the way it's supposed to go. Is it? I'm assuming it's supposed to go in like this. It just makes more sense to me. I think I'm just going to glue it like that. Now, maybe it overlaps just a little bit too much here. It's too high this way. I'm going to check Stefan's book and see what the drawings look like. I just came from the computer room just now, and I had edited out those last few scenes. And while I was in there, I thought two things. Well, actually, I thought a whole slew of things, but two things that I'm going to tell you about. And first one is this maybe supposed to go on the inside somehow? Like that. That just doesn't look right. Yeah, I think it's got to somehow go on the outside. Maybe like that. Well, like I say, well, we can check the drawing over here and zoom in on that. Maybe we'll be able to get a better idea. And also, as I mentioned, we'll check Stefan's book. And the second thing I was thinking of, am I possibly playing the music too loud? Now, I had the energy about the same amount as my voice or any other sounds, so it looked normal on the computer, but it may have sounded too loud. In the comments, feel free to be constructively critical. Yeah, I can take it. Now, if you follow the arrow comes from the edge here, and it stops right there on the side. And the same thing on the other, with the other arrow, it comes and it stops on the side out here. It's kind of hard to see unless you're looking at it real close. So I'm thinking it is actually supposed to be sitting on the outside of this wall right here that I'm touching. We'll move over. There's another picture, another drawing. So, okay, we're in place now, and it kind of looks like this piece here. Let me get it over here. This part right here. It looks like it overlaps on the wall. You can almost see that they've got it raised this way. I'm not making myself too clear here. Anyway, I do believe it is supposed to, quit poking, fit on the outside of the wall. Let's look at Stefan's drawings, if we can find anything. I have found a better one. We're on step 46. But if you look very closely, the way this corner is drawn here, you can see that it overlaps the outside wall, which I'm touching now. Yeah, but like I said, let's check Stefan's drawings anyway. I think I've said that 3 times now. The book. Anyway, I think at the back in the aircraft section, way back in the, oh, I'm too far. Okay, yeah, here it is. So first glance I thought, where's the door? And then I realized, okay, it slid over to the side here. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if I could just go down to the river here in Winnipeg, and there would be the Bismarck all tied up at a dock, and I could, well, it'd be frozen in the river right now, but yeah, I could go and take a look at it and see how was it for real. Okay, here we are in the middle of the book where it's talking about the aft part of the superstructure, and I'll see if I can move in on this and just lighten it up a little bit. Now, of course, we're looking at something that's printed in the book, and it's not like looking at a photograph, but you can see that the door is overlapping the wall. At least I can see it. At least that's the way it looks to me, and that's the way I'm going to glue it on. Now, I was a little bit concerned here that the CA glue might have, oozed its way out along the edge and been kind of clumpy, globby, but I don't see anything there. I can see a little bit, on the side up here, but that little touch of paint will cover that up and you won't see that. I think it went on pretty good, but I had a thought when I was editing just now, and maybe tomorrow's episode might be just a little bit different. In that, I'll show you, now this is just a thought, I don't know if I'm going to do it, but maybe I'll show you how I, make one of these videos. It's kind of interesting, especially if you're into computers and cameras and stuff like that. I'll show you how I get the music files from YouTube, and maybe I'll start on it this afternoon already while this episode is uploading to YouTube. We'll see. I don't know, I don't promise. It might not work out. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.